Hi everyone, it's Annabelle. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are apparently joined by Muffin, who has made his way into the grow room. Today I'm going to be filming in the grow room because I wanted to talk to you about 10 of the orchid supplies that I couldn't live without, and this is inspired by a tag idea by Nina or Ninja Orchids and Lynn, who originated the idea, and asked if I would like to make a video with some equipment ideas and things that I personally wouldn't grow my orchids without. If my situations were to change, circumstances were to change, I had to downsize or I had to really kind of fine-tune my growing area, these are 10 things that I would always have in my orchid supply arsenal. So I was going to just talk you through everything, but I think that's too much. So I'm just going to do like a quick walk around my grow room and we're just going to chat orchids and supplies. So to start off with, we're in the grow room. You can see my major piece of supply equipment is wire racking, and second major would be lighting. These aren't in any particular order, but these are my two most required pieces of equipment. So obviously the wire racking goes without saying. I love that it lets light through between shelves and it's very sturdy and stable, and I can put lots of orchids, lots of heavy pots on it. Provides a really great vertical orchid space. The lights, I just wouldn't be able to grow my orchids in the same way without them. There's absolutely no way. In a spare bedroom with one very small window, I would not be growing Vandas and Cattleyas and flowering them without lighting. Cattleya you've got in front of you is the SLC Cristal Smith. It's a little miniature Cattleya, by the way, and it's blooming for me. So these are my Cacti&Succulents and a couple of Arides, and one Oncidium with a very huge spike there. And as you can see, these are my Gemma LED light setups. So I do really like the Gemma LED lights, and these were my starter entry-level grow lights, my first real proper grow lights, and I absolutely love them. The orchids love them. Only issue I have with filming is they have fans in, so they do make noise, and they flicker a lot, so I'm having to really adjust my image to be able to get it to the stage I could actually film without just basically a strobing effect. So that does affect my image quality when I'm filming. They also are a little bit pinky. They're not proper blurple lights, but they are a little bit off colour, so I don't really like filming under them usually. And I would eventually, when I've got time and money, like to replace these. I'm kind of working on an idea at the moment, and that will follow in a later video, but my orchids love them, so I don't need to spend money and change them when my orchids grow so incredibly well under these, and it's such a minor little niggle. So overall, I think the Gemma chip-on-board LED grow lights are great entry-level grow lights for when you're starting out. My other setups utilise under-counter strip lights, and the highlight setup for the Vandas is the Mars Hydro LED light. So this is an example of a shelf where I've just got under-counter strip lights. They're just cool white fixtures from a DIY chain in the UK called Screwfix. I've linked them in the description. They're fine for phals and oncidiums. My Vandas and some of my higher light orchids, or just orchids that are very big that I can't fit onto my normal shelving setups, I've got here under my Mars TS600 grow light, which is doing really well. My other setup involves one under-counter cool white LED light and one blurple light, which seems to also do quite well. And this is my beautiful Cattleya Chantilly Lace Twinkle, looking absolutely stunning. And this one is grown under the higher light setup on the shelf above, but I couldn't film properly without it flickering the colours, so I brought it down a shelf. And this shelf is where I've got some seedlings and a couple of Paphiopedilums. So this is my Paphiopedilum Delanati, looking absolutely stunning, as you can see. And I do need to repot this one soon, I think. I kind of looked at it recently and was like, whoa, it's grown quite considerably. So yeah, it's doing really well. It's in a Ceramis mix with a bit of lacquer and a bit of pumice. Keeps growing new fans out of the sides of the existing ones between the leaf joints, and it's got a good root system. This is the lighting it's under, just one Screwfix under counter LED strip light, so not highlight, just a little far away shot of the shelf it's under, and a Stramanthe and Syngonium in front of it. couple of Cattleya seedlings on that shelf, plus a Zygopetalum that I'm not going to dwell on. It's flowering, but it's terrible, so let's not go there. So this is another little area that I converted. So this is my orchid wardrobe, and this is powered by a Gemma 100-watt plant light, so it's their higher powered one, and it lights the whole wardrobe area up. And this is little Clowesia Varchevitsii, which is blooming, and unfortunately it had 6 or 7 buds, and I dropped a ceramic pot on the spike. You know, nice little preview. If I hadn't been so clumsy, we would have had more. Beautiful smell of like lemongrass soap. And this is the Phalaenopsis Shinger Pure Love, just one flower on that. Not very colour true because of the slight blurpleness of this light, unfortunately, which is why I usually bring my orchids out to film. Just 'cause filming in the grow room, you don't get an accurate representation of colour. So these are a little bit of a wide shot of the Gemma chip on board grow lights on my wire racking, and the kind of setup I've got for my Cattleyas, and including all of my Luck Cattleyas. They fitted quite nicely onto the shelf. And this is probably my grow light of choice, the Mars Hydro TS600. It's blooming Vandas under it. I mean, you can't really ask for much more, can you? Also really nice clear lighting. And this is the Oncidium type setup with the undercounter strip lights. Bit of a wide shot of the Oncidium Miltoniopsis area. Something else that I think is really important, since we're filming in the grow room, to mention is that I use fans in this. So I use mainly little mini USB type fans. They're quite low wattage and they sit quite nicely on shelves, so I can just dot these around. I don't think these ones exactly are available anymore, but you can buy this type of fan anywhere, Amazon, probably in supermarkets even, just little desk fans, and they're really good. And in summer I do utilise something a little bit more heavy duty when it gets hot, so I don't need to have fans going in winter other than for air movement, but for added cooling I would switch to something like this, which is a nice big fan, lots of air movement. It's not that, it's a 25 watt I think, so it's not too bad. So yeah, that's my little grow room. This is the orchid room. You probably haven't seen it for a while actually, and it's definitely grown since I did my introduction nearly a year ago. Things happen. I'm not sure how orchids grab us the way they do, but yeah, I'm probably at capacity now. I keep saying that, but then I keep making more room for more orchids. I've recently got a little swinging, revolving pot holder that I'm going to use as well, so I'll show you that. I think it's a really nice idea. I'll film that when it gets here. And I've also got a couple more things in the works that I want to film, so I'll give you a few little hints in this video. I think this video is quite nice to lead on to a lot of equipment ordering that I've been doing recently. So this one is Ascanopsis Irene Dobkin Elmhurst, blooming very nicely. She's very cute, isn't she? Just thought I'd show you the flowers on this. It's quite a new acquisition. And behind her, I've got various houseplants plonked around my orchid room. This is Alocasia cuprea Road Secret. It's very pretty. Not my first love, orchids are my love, but I quite like having a few little odd things dotted around. And this one is the Christensoniana vietnamica. We are going to come out of the grow room now and talk about nutrients. So my top number 4 and 5 on the list are seaweed and rain mix, and those are two supplies that I wouldn't grow without. I absolutely love both things. Seaweed brand Maxi Crop is fine. I would love to get my hands on some Kelp Max to try at some point, which is supposed to be one of the purer forms out there. Seaweed brands can vary a lot in the active ingredients. My next kind of can't live without products would be pH equipment, but I'm going to do a separate video on that soon. I do quite like silicone, and another product that I would say is really invaluable is neem oil for pests and things, so I would definitely say that that's on the list. But general kind of pest control products, I like neem oil at the moment. That might change. I have noticed some issues with lighting and putting them under bright light after using it. I'm getting a few little bit of leaves patching with some orchids with delicate leaves, but for now it's my only product that I can really feel confidently will always get rid of my spider mite problems, whereas some other products, they just don't. It's got a slight systemic action as well as the smothering properties, so I do like neem oil. I'm always looking for alternative products that are bigger and better, but neem's my go-to. So number 7, media storage. I can't tell you how much this has changed my life, and we no longer have random pots of media scattered around the bathroom. Number 8, of course, is media itself. So lacquer, pumice and ceramis are my go-to staples, but I'm also using synthetic and different grades of pumice, different inorganic materials. The ceramis has just been through soak cycle, so it's going to go into the bucket there soon. So stackable media storage will change your life. These are IKEA recycling type bins and they just stack up. I absolutely love them. I think that they are invaluable, especially when you've got loads of different types of media. Next up, isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol, same thing. This product, you know, you can clean things, disinfect equipment with it, kill mealy bugs with it, kill scale with it. Absolutely love it. And number 10 is my eternal quest for finding inner pots and correctly sized outer pots. So I'm going to do another video on this soon because I've actually recently found another source for cheaper outer masks other than the LO ones. Also 13cm buckets from Amazon, I'll link them down below, way cheaper than the inner orchid focus pots for 13cm size. You are limited on size when you're trying to find combinations that work together. Something that I used to use a lot but I can't get anymore is the Nedgecon pots from IKEA, which fit 15cm inner pots. For bigger ones I do have to go to Elho, but recently found a different supplier that doesn't cost anywhere near as much. These big ones are like £8 from Elho. It's ridiculous, I know. So I don't have many of them. I do have some cheap ones that I got reduced to the brown self-watering outers, which I snapped up, but that's unusual. You can't usually get that sort of thing. So I've recently found another supplier for large and small outer white masks, which I'm showing here, and I'm actually going to do a separate video on this because I'm so excited that I've got some nice white pots that I can use. So that is my top 10 equipment things, orchid supplies, orchid arsenal that I wouldn't grow my orchids without. And thank you so much to Nina and Lynn for starting this idea. And since the idea is that this is the start of a tag, I would like to tag Orchid to show us what orchid supplies she wouldn't grow her orchids without. Thank you to all you guys so much for watching today, and I'm sorry that this is more of a point and shoot video, but I hope you've enjoyed it and the quick tour around my grow room, and I hope you're all staying safe. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like, or if you want to see more videos from me and my orchid room and my orchids, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more regular orchid updates, and thank you so much for your support if you choose to do that. I will see you guys all later. Bye!